Yeah, shame-free life.
Shalom and blessings to your family. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't yet subscribed to the Shame-Free Life channel, I invite you to do it right now. Just click that subscribe button and share the contents with someone else if it has been a blessing to you. Let's get right into it. I'm not sure if it's morning, afternoon, wherever you are, but it's night here. Can't sleep. So I've been doing some reading, and I had a conversation earlier with a brother that I highly respect. He's a man of vision, but most of all, he's a man of wisdom. In his marriage, 24 years strong as a youth. So there's certain places that he has ventured and different paths that he have taken that I haven't. And so I highly respect him, and we bounce ideas off of each other. And I had some things that I came to the table with to kind of just chop it up with him, and it was good. And one thing I'm learning is that to be not isolated, but insulated with an inner circle of people that give you balance and not imbalance. Like four tires that's rolling down the freeway of self-discovery, self-empowerment, and self-identity. And that's so important. So let's get right into it. You know, I think the most important relationship that we can have is not necessarily a relationship with the opposite sex, relationship concerning your marriage as husband and wife, relationship with your friends, your best friend, relationship with your family members. All of those relationships are important because we're social beings, and we were made that way by the Most High. But I really believe that the most important relationship that we could ever have is with ourselves. And the reason why I say that, because it's easy to go into a relationship and not have a healthy understanding of who you truly are. And I believe that, you know, trauma has a way, rejection, abandonment, any type of traumatic issue, abuse, it has a way of chipping away from who you truly are as far as your identity, or who you truly are, your identity. You find it suppressed, and there are layers on top of layers of persona, or who people think that you are, who you project yourself to be, childhood abuse, childhood neglect, not really knowing who you are, or taking on an identity that's truly not you, just to be accepted by people who don't understand who you truly are or respect who you truly are. And so it's easy to suppress the real you, the real me, which is the most powerful version of ourselves. It's not necessarily a version, but holistically, that's who we truly are. And so when we find ourselves in relationships, it's easy to become lost in that relationship while trying to find who we truly are in that relationship. And it becomes a heavy burden that we put upon a person to define who we are, when it is our responsibility to have a healthy understanding and acceptance of who we are. And trauma has a way of perverting the image of who we are, because we begin to see ourselves through the lenses of what we've gone through and how much we have survived and overcome. And that becomes a benchmark or the hallmark of who we truly are. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. You know, I've gone through this and I've gone through that, but I have made it. Look at me. And all of that has its place, but that's not the sum total of who we truly are. That's only one chapter in our book of life. And it's easy to get stuck in a chapter when we have so many pages to write and so many pages to turn within our own book of life. And so when we find ourselves in relationships, especially with the opposite sex, it's so easy to put all of ourselves into a relationship when we have yet to embrace the most important relationship, and it's within ourselves. Of finally discovering who I am, despite the trauma, despite the rejection, despite feeling less than a human being, despite feeling not good enough, never getting to a certain level of acceptance of people, and all of those type of issues that are real. And if we're not careful, we will look at that relationship as being the sole means of us discovering or rediscovering who we are, when we should do that independently of or from the relationship, because the relationship is only supposed to add to or complement what we have come into reality of in and of ourselves, which is, I know who I am. And I'm giving myself permission now to celebrate who I am, because I appreciate who I am. And who I am is not defined by who is on my arm. Who I am is not defined by outside influences, but an internal reality. So as I'm thinking about this and I'm meditating on that and I'm bouncing ideas off of, my homeboy, I'm just coming into reality. How many people, especially us as men, nobody wants to be alone. We get this. And I don't know too many eunuchs. I don't know too many quote unquote nuns or, priests. I'm not with the opposite sex. Maybe they out there. I don't know them. But I am coming to the reality that the most important person to know, the most important person to get to know and to embrace and to honor and to introduce yourself to is yourself. And, we live in a society, right, that thrives on us becoming other than who we truly are, to be accepted by people who have the same mindset. They haven't embraced who they are, and they're trying to become something that they're not by forfeiting who they truly are. And so I just want to invite you, as I'm inviting myself, that it's okay to discover and rediscover who you truly are. It's okay to introduce your old you to your new you. It's okay to come to the reality that I am greater, I am more than what I've gone through that is negative, because it took that negative to produce a positive, and that is me. And you don't need anyone outside of yourself to validate or to celebrate who you truly are. The fanfare should come from within and not without, because if the fanfare solely comes from without, then we are a slave to public opinion. And when the fanfare decides to leave, or when the fanfare dissipates, so does our self-esteem, self-awareness, and self-image. So this is all that I have tonight with your family. The most important relationship is the relationship that we see in the mirror. Celebrating ourselves, getting to know ourselves. there's certain things that we've carried over from childhood that we can use, but there's certain things, other things that we have carried from our childhood that has no place in the here and now. As we begin to discover who we truly are, we begin to now compartmentalize what we can use and what we need to discard. Old mindsets and mentalities that hinder the growth of self-development and self-awareness and self-celebration. And that is our responsibility. And if those on the outside are used to the fictitious you, if they're used to the phony you, then they may not accept the real you once the real you emerges from the layers of the persona or the projection of the fake you. But the ones in your circle that have been waiting for the emergence, the deliverance of the person, the birth of the person that they knew was always there, but was covered with the personas, the projection, the wounds, the brokenness, the past pain, they will celebrate you. Notice I said that they will celebrate you because they recognize that underneath all of that stuff in the layers is the real you. And so I celebrate you as I celebrate myself, as we're on the road to self-discovery, self-healing, and self-awareness, because I really believe that this is the will of God concerning us. So as I always say, and I will continue to say, that your life, which has significance, which has depth, which has volume, your life begins when you say so. Again, subscribe to the Shame-Free Life movement, because we are on a movement for self-discovery. If you would like to schedule a self-discovery call, by all means, hit us up in the office. All of the information is listed below in the description. Schedule a discovery call to see if we are a perfect match. We would love to work with you and come up or create a customized plan so that you can get unstuck from the mire and from the dirt of your past, so that you can embrace your future. Until next time, peace and blessings to you.
Yeah, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life. Yeah. Shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life.